Alright. Testing 1 2 1 2. Am I live? Am I live? Yes, I'm live. We are fully live. Hello, everybody. It's Bullzie. I'm just gonna play around for things with a bit, so bear with me. I'm just live now. I think everything is okay so far. Don't have any issues. I don't think. I am. I'm gonna play something for fun. I'm gonna add something. Actually, hold on. What do you know? Yeah, looking for the perfect one. Yeah. I don't think anybody really heard it yet, but that's to come later. I'm just gonna wait for people to roll in. Because I need to wait. I came in to say that. Stay right there. There we go. So, like, that way I could see it from far, far away. Yeah, there's that. As already kind of brought up in the description, that's the. Obviously, those are the things we're going to talk about. So, why not? Why not? So, as I wait out a bit just to hang out and stall, I am going to play with my Claudius sword. Yeah, that means tuning in my camera. It really does mean turning on the camera. Get over here. Perfect. I got my Claudius. The perfect sword. The perfect, awesome sword. It's perfect. Look at this. Beauty, isn't it? Beauty. I can cut. My ancestors had this Claudius sword. This was where, back in the days where gladiators would fight to the death. This is, this is the, this is the shiny gold. No, I haven't used it. Not yet. Have no reason to. The other sharp part is the pointy right here. Everything else is just kind of smooth without the sharpness. And it wouldn't do much damage even if I hit somebody with it. Except with the pierce. I'm not exactly sure if it was good for piercing. Probably was doing like it was like a short sworded length for like close quarters combat. They block and then they swing kind of way. It's more of an offensive sword. It wasn't really good for blocking. Parrying, sure. Blocking, nah. So you're beating a dead horse if you try to play defense with this. Just don't. That's fun thing to go over. Would I use a defense thing? Nope. In fact, it's a bad idea. Putting it away. Never use it. I don't think much to talk about, so I'm just gonna make everything quick. So, Tech Talk. It was passed in a legislative bill that Biden signed. So TikTok gets banned for 90 days unless they find a US buyer. In which Trump stepped in and was like, I'll save it, despite 5 years ago. I wanted to ban you too, right? Right. So what happened here? Well, as far as I'm concerned, they got a 90-day reprieve. So basically, as long as they still are in works of discussion, TikTok won't be banned from the US, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is that the Supreme Court back in 2020 in August 6th, I believe, rejected the ban in the first place. That, the executive order Trump made. So, and I guess like 5 years later or 4 years later, depending how you see it. I'll say 5 years later because it was back in 2020 and now it's 2025 that the Supreme Court decides, yeah, we want to ban it. I didn't really get into the nitty gritty why they wanted to ban it. All I know is ByteDance is known for, collecting user data, which TikTok does, and a lot of people collect data. Decides to collect data. Oh, this person watches this thing. We'll push the algorithm for them like this, right? ByteDance has been collecting data and sharing data with employees. Now, whatever they're talking about isn't really clear, but knowing what that it caused the U.S. to launch an investigation about it. Now, granted, who knows? The fact that they've just came out about talking about how we were spying. ByteDance in particular was talking about how they were spying, sharing information with people from U.S. citizens, and even got banned from other, countries. TikTok got banned from other countries. It makes you wonder, right? What is that? Are you watching Raw? This is not bad. No, I'm not watching Raw. This isn't really a watch along, XC kid. But thanks for stopping by. But TikTok, either way, still ByteDance still did admit to sharing information, collecting user information. That's still kind of sort of unclear to me of what information they were particularly collecting. Maybe personal information, private DMs, that's still unclear. But it still was enough for the US to launch an investigation. That's one thing to note. Trump wanted to ban it back in 2020, but now doesn't want it banned for whatever reason. But Supreme Court didn't want it banned, now they do. So there's flip-flopping. So there's that. Covered that portion of the things to talk about, right? TikTok, ByteDance now has to find a U.S. buyer to even not be banned from the United States, in which Trump steps in. The same guy that wanted the app banned and now doesn't. Thoughts? Well, honestly, I don't really care. It's not really affecting anything. If TikTok is banned or not, in hindsight, it doesn't matter. We still got other social media platforms. And keep in mind, the government, everybody, including the US, it doesn't matter, relies on social media. Even if you get rid of TikTok, there's still Twitter, YouTube, Gmail, etc., etc. So, I don't think it matters. I don't think we should be talking about it, but whatever. There's other social media outlets anyway. Now, that's been said. Joe Biden has been talked about. Trump has been mentioned. Let's talk about Raw on Netflix. I won't go for too long because, let's be quite frank, I think it's better to be more to the point and just get it out of the way. And I don't want to go for too long anyway. Especially if I don't have really much people to engage with, so it's just important that I say my shit right. Right. Or maybe my voice isn't going through, I don't know. Is my voice going through? Maybe. Now talking about Raw on Netflix. Last week, numbers didn't come in apparently. I was under the impression they did, but apparently they didn't. Why is that? Well, I don't know. I have several theories. Let's just talk about it for a second. I did not think Raw last week would have done better than The Rock before that, to be honest with you. And I don't think it did. For a multitude of reasons, because that first Raw debut on Netflix was a fail. and I talked about it. So, knowing that, I am going to say this. Why I don't think it has ratings? Well, because the ratings for that week sucked. I'll just say that. Like they were expecting better numbers. Netflix was expecting better numbers, and now they're hiding the numbers because they don't want to disappoint Netflix. Something like that. I think. I could like. I don't really know for sure. I don't think Raw did that good. That's the only explanation. Triple H didn't want to disappoint Netflix, and Triple H probably was like, hey, don't. Can you hold off on revealing the numbers for a bit? And they were like, okay, and there you go. That's what I think happened. But that's just speculation on my part. Who knows? Anyway, that's that. Peace.